After I posted epoxy flooring on IG, a lot of you have been asking me to review it, so let's get that rectified today. The feeling of walking into a bathroom with no grouts is like no other bathroom, and I'm so used to it, I might sound a little biased. Okay, first let's address the big question. It looks slippery, but is it? The right answer is yes, but they do provide an anti-slip option, which I think you should go for it. For me, it feels okay, and my family got used to it. For my kids, I put a bath mat on the floor when they take a shower. By the way, I had this installed in October 2020, and I usually like to use things for a while before reviewing it on video. I forgot to mention the whole process to install this flooring took 4 to 5 days and 1 to 3 guys to complete each bath. I will link a video up here if you're interested in the process. Looking at the amount of work that they did here, I understand why they have to charge a premium price. It's a lot of work, and the biggest cost to them is the material, which they got it from the United States. It is not the epoxy resin that you use for art. I know that because I actually found the material first, then I found them. They did a lot of R&D and calculation to formulate the epoxy mix, which is very important as it will determine the quality of the floor, how well it will turn out, and how lasting it will be. Hey, this is my kids' room, so I'm filming here because I want to tell you that one of them been sick on and off for a few weeks now. A few days ago, she vomited so badly we have to shower her in the middle of the night. So next day when I walk into the bath, the water was still there because the floor is so leveled, it won't flow into the drain. And yes, that is that one thing you have to do, which is to wipe it down at the end of each day. For me, it's not an issue because I already have this habit, and being that extra person that I am, I have a 2-step process. Scrape off the water, wipe it again with a sponge mop, and the floor will dry off in seconds. By the way, I chose this color black because it blends well with my theme. The surface is an orange peel texture. It's not matte, but it's not full gloss either. Kind of in between, but closer to gloss. So whenever I have gatherings, we get a lot of water spills and smudges on the floor. It gets pretty obvious, and all that can be easily wiped off with this tool. I know it's uncommon to wipe dry, but if you notice, mold always grow above wet area, and that is the issue with grouts. It looks good in the first year, slowly it deteriorates and the grout starts to sink in from all the washing and scrubbing. Then it traps moisture, and that's when mold starts to grow. So wiping it dry prevents watermark, lime scale, and mold. And I did ask to seal off the epoxy ends with silicone. I know it might invite moisture and mold, but I still feel it's a good idea to seal it. So how do you wash this type of flooring? They did say to spray it with water, but between you and me, we know it's not clean enough. So I recommend using like a floor cleaner. Gently scrub it with a soft sponge. Then scrape off all the excess water. So I like my floors to be 100% dry, so I use this sponge mop to do that. So if you don't want any footprints, you should let it dry first before you walk in. Looking back at my first home where I grew up, I feel that my home is old, but it still looks okay. The main problem is the bathroom. With the towels looking so worn out and the grout sinking in, it's so difficult to make it look better. And no matter how you clean it, the impression is just there. And that's what I like about this flooring. It's easy to clean, and I consider it a great home improvement option, especially for older houses. Just lay it over. No crazy hacking needed to install this.